All right, let's get right into it because we're about to look at some numbers that are frankly kind of hard to believe. We're talking about a new wave of YouTube creators who are building these quiet media empires, sometimes hitting seven figures, all without ever showing their face on camera. So let's start with this number. Just over $1 million. According to one creator, Razvan Parashkiv, that's the combined AdSense revenue from just two of his Faceless YouTube channels. I mean, let that sink in for a second. That's not a whole network of channels, that's two. How is that even possible? And believe me, this isn't some one-off fluke. Here are the total earnings another creator, Romero, has brought in from his portfolio of Faceless channels. We are talking about absolutely life-changing money being made from content that is totally anonymous. This isn't just luck, it's a repeatable system. And this number right here? This is what proves it's repeatable. One creator stumbled upon a channel that was estimated to be making $50,000 a month. So what did he do? He didn't just admire it from afar, he copied the entire model, and it worked. And that, of course, leads us to the million-dollar question. Seriously, how are they doing this? How are people generating these insane amounts of money without vlogging, without personal brands, without ever stepping in front of a camera? Well, it turns out it's not some kind of magic trick. It's a playbook. And that right there is the key. This whole thing isn't about getting lucky with one viral video. It's a systematic, repeatable formula for cranking out views and pulling in revenue. It's a playbook that, really, anyone can follow. And this playbook really just boils down to three main pillars. First, you gotta choose your niche, pick your battlefield. Second, and this is huge, you don't reinvent the wheel. You find what's already a hit and you recreate it. And third, you play the volume game, which is kind of like planting a huge field of seeds. Now, when it comes to choosing that niche, most creators are going down one of two roads. On one hand, you have search-based content. Think evergreen stuff like tutorials or reviews that people will be searching for years from now. It's a slow burn, but it builds long-term value. On the other hand, you have trend-based content, jumping on viral news or games for that explosive short-term growth. That's all about getting a ton of eyeballs fast. And this quote just perfectly captures that second pillar. The creator Romero puts it so bluntly. You gotta remember that YouTube is the entertainment business, and entertainment has one rule: recreate what worked. It's less about being some kind of creative genius, and way more about just being excellent at executing a formula you already know works. Okay, so if you're gonna recreate what works, and you're gonna do it at a massive scale, you need a powerful engine to drive it all. And today, that engine is AI. Artificial intelligence is basically the force multiplier here, acting like an entire automated production crew for these creators. I mean, just look at this toolkit. Every single part of the creative process can be supercharged or even fully automated by AI now. You're using ChatGPT for research and scripts, then something like 11 Labs for a crazy realistic voiceover, editing with CapCut, and then using Midjourney to generate amazing thumbnails. Heck, even managing the whole workflow is systematized with tools like Trello. And here's the bottom line on all of this. AI has just completely demolished the barrier to entry. What used to take a whole team, writers, editors, voice actors, can now be done by one person with a few powerful apps, which makes creating content cheaper and faster than at any point in history. But, and this is a huge but, this whole idea of cheap, fast, AI-driven content is where that buzzword you always hear, YouTube automation, gets really misleading. It makes it sound like you just push a button and the money rolls in passively. But the reality? It's a grind. A real grind. Romero, again, he does not pull any punches. He basically says that being consistent is even more important than the initial quality. The YouTube system just rewards relentless output. The automation isn't in the effort you put in, it's in the tools that make that relentless effort possible. And if you want a picture of what that grind actually looks like, here it is. One of Razvan's successful search-based channels has over 4,000 videos on it. 4,000. This is not a side hustle you do for an hour on a Sunday afternoon. This is a high-volume production machine. And this brings us right back to that third pillar, the volume game. The whole mindset is that every single video is a seed. Yeah, most of them won't do anything, but the more seeds you plant, the better your chances are that a few will grow into these massive income-generating trees that just keep producing for years. It's a pure numbers game. But it's not a blind numbers game either. The really successful creators are obsessed with the data. They're not just looking at views. They're tracking impressions. They want to see YouTube push their stuff to at least 100,000 people within their first 20 videos. For shorts, they're watching that swipe rate, trying to keep it below 20%, which means people aren't just instantly skipping past. And crucially, they're looking at average view duration, aiming for people to watch 100% of the video, or sometimes even more, which can happen if people rewatch certain parts.
So let's say you do it. You master the playbook, you get the tools, you nail the metrics. What's next? Well, the smartest creators don't just stop at YouTube ad money. No, they use those views as a foundation to build a real, diversified media business.
Take a look at these numbers from the Mr. Money channel. In 1 month, it made $4,700 from AdSense. Pretty great. But it made another $6,000 from brand deals. This is the perfect example of how those direct partnerships can actually be worth more than your ad revenue. And this is typically what a mature, faceless channel's income looks like. AdSense is the bedrock, maybe 45% of the total pie. But then you've got brand deals, affiliate marketing, and other programs layered right on top. And that diversification is what turns a volatile YouTube channel into a stable, scalable business. So what's the one big thing you should take away from all this? It's that this is not a hack. It's not some loophole or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a legitimate, scalable business model that is being run with the focus and the systems of a small media company. And that just leaves us with one final, and I think fascinating question to think about. This entire model is built on finding what works and then replicating it with almost scientific precision. So, in a world where creating content becomes a science of replication, what happens to originality?